Boomers would probably know this. Some of you non-boomers might know this too. Gordon Lightfoot. Did you ever hear the guy? A musician, 70s, 60s, somewhere in there. Didn't he do a song called Thumbs Down? Yeah, first verse was thumbs down, you better beware if I find you creeping around my YouTube channel, or something to that effect. You're back, buddy. Now, why don't you have enough courtesy to leave a comment so that your ever flexible, most incredibly humble messenger can correct your misguided viewpoint? I don't get it. People, it is Friday the 15th of January 2020 TGIF. It's also payday. And interesting things happened out at the old Charlie Foxtrot yesterday. High winds destroyed a lot of their property. Don't know if I got to work today or not. Well, we'll see. And as an interesting sideline, we were to load soybeans yesterday. I mention that because there's going to be a link in Ice Age Farmers Ranchers. You must watch this video. Okay, 5 days and counting. 5 days and counting till what? 5 days and counting to the big inaugural festival. And I'll tell you what, people, this is really difficult. There are so many crystal ballers out there and tea leaf readers that it's very tough for me to come to any kind of what the F is going on. Well, I'll tell you what, the camps seem to be divided into the parties seem to be divided into two camps. The vast majority of them are, I'm going to go over here to an article, just give you a headline, and here's where the majority of people, in my opinion, fall. Quote, Trump's final legacy will be the betrayal of his base and his failure to defend America from the coming purge from the left. Let's see here. Just a brief line from the article. People in this country would have died defending Donald Trump. People will still die, but not because they are defending him, but because they were abandoned by him and exposed to extreme danger. Throw them in there. True News is big on even worse. Trump's going to tuck his tail between his legs and he's going to run to Murrayville. Yep. So, are they right? I don't know. But there's some things to consider, and Mike King did an excellent job in his anti-New York Times article. We've got 20,000 National Guard troops in the District of Criminals. 20,000 National Guard troops is 4 times more than the active duty military presence in Afghanistan and Iraq, or so we're told. Now that is a pile of troops, and they are armed. Yep. So now, here we go. Let me just take little parts of it from the New York Times article. Miss Pelosi, what was the date of that article? I believe it was January 14th, 2021. Miss Pelosi, according to congressional staff members, demanded that the Pentagon take a more muscular posture after a mob, egged on by President Trump last week, breached the Capitol, unquote. Now the House drinker, Drunken Nancy, can demand whatever she wants, but only the President can authorize the Pentagon to arm those National Guardsmen, which the President would also be commanding, that are coming to Washington. This is actually confirmed further down in the New York Times article. Quote, the White House had signed off on the decision to arm some of the National Guard troops coming to Washington to provide security. Pentagon officials have underscored that the National Guard, not active duty military troops, will be assigned to these duties. 20,000 National Guardsmen for the inauguration of a guy who couldn't do better than 20 people at a drive-in rally. We're talking about a guy who hid in his basement and campaigned. What are they expecting? You think it's going to be the peaceful pro-Trump protesters, the vast majority? All right. Now, why would Trump authorize such an unnecessary militarized presence aimed at intimidating the pro-Trump protesters? Who's really going to be in attendance? And I've even heard that it'd be conducted in the White House instead of in front of the White House, for safety's sake. It's very difficult to imagine that Trump, in his final days, would order the Pentagon to appease the House drinker like this, she being the hated nemesis who had just had him impeached for the second time in the span of just 1 year. Inquiring minds want to know, what in the hell is going on here? All right, here we go, back from Mike King's article. Most folks don't even realize that after a governor activates his state's National Guard, the president can assume command of them. Now he's kind of responding here to my first headline, As demoralized as some of you guys understandably are, and admittedly as anxious as the editorial board of the Anti-New York Times is, at this very late stage, yeah, I'll say late stage, 5 days and counting, there is okay, let's see, Trump has the National Guard under his command, the stupid 19 state of emergency still in place, the emergency broadcast system at his disposal, and 80 million pissed off sleepers already on his side. Now consider this, even if the Donald is not the selfless, dauntless, patriotic hero that we hope he is, when faced with a choice between pushing the buttons or deploying the National Guard, taking command of them, and crushing the evil enemies arrayed against him, or quietly putting his tail between his legs and leaving D.C. to forever be reviled as the worst president ever, and condemning his own children and grandchildren to endure vicious personal and business reprisals. It would seem to this writer that Trump, if only out of pure self-interest and self-preservation, would crush these sons of bitches once and for all. Yeah, listen, and what easier way, clean and swift, to round up the vindictive vermin and treasonous trash in one fell swoop, that at the inauguration itself, or perhaps the night before, when certain out-of-town scum are in the fancy hotel rooms. Now, come on, man, how cool is that? You guys got to think about it. Because what happens with the mainstream media, even what non-mainstream media sources are reporting, doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. So, something to think about, people. Do I know what's going to happen in 5 days from now? Hell no, I don't know. Because I'm not a crystal baller, and I'm not a tea leaf reader. But it is interesting, you must admit. A tale of two cities, a tale of two stories. What's it going to be? Yeah, this National Guard thing, that is an interesting viewpoint. Mike King. All right, people. Enough of my babbling, because that's basically what it is. Already up to the 7-minute mark. Leaving 2 links. Farmers Ranchers. First link, a must read. Come on, I mean a must view. Ice Age Farmer. He has not been dropped. He's back. Would you guys be surprised who is the largest owner of farmland in America? Drum roll, please. Yep. Bill Gates. No kidding. Watch the video. He's our friend, remember? He's a philanthropist. He's only thinking of us. By the way, how are your teeth? Second link. This is an odd one. I'm going to leave this link because it goes to the Remnant video by Michael Matt out of Minneapolis. Pro-Catholic, is Catholic. I got issues with that. But his video that I'm going to link to is Canceling Trump, Making America Globalist Again. And when you go to it, the first thing you see is the following content has been identified by the YouTube community as inappropriate or offensive to some audiences. I don't think it was that long of a video, 14, 15 minutes long. I watched it, people. I don't see anything inappropriate or offensive to anybody. So I'm going to leave that link to just for your dining pleasure. I don't know. Am I working today? Thank God it's Friday. Payday today. But I'll drive in and see what's going on. You guys, I got stuff to do. I got a whole weekend full of stuff to do. But enjoy the dark winter.